Hey, what's good everybody, and welcome back to Speak. My name's Austin, and today I've got another battle commentary for you guys. Today's footage sent in by a YouTuber who goes by the name of Legs of Steel, aka Daniel here. He was nice enough to send the footage and also told me that this was his first attempt at a competitively built team and battle. So he said to not only commentate but to also critique his team and his playing a bit, which is exactly what I'm going to do for him and you guys today. So before we get into it, taking a quick look at his team, he's got Cloyster, Crawdaunt, Melodic, Haxorus, Gyarados, and Talonflame. Gyarados is definitely the Mega Evolution here, and although he sports a kind of a big weakness to electricity and a smaller weakness to fighting, taking into consideration Mega Gyarados' Dark typing, ultimately he shows great signs of a trainer because he does have checks and counters to those. He's got the Talonflame for the fighting types, and you guys are going to see later on in the battle his strategy for taking out any electric type, and it's great. I think it was great. So we're going to get right into it. The opponent's going to open up with Latias, and he's going to open up with Cloyster. Now, the Cloyster you're going to see is actually not your stereotypical Skill Link Shell Smash Cloyster, or at least that's not the approach he takes this game. But the Latias goes ahead and uses Reflect type, and that Latias' type is now Water Ice. It copies the Cloyster, and the Cloyster is going to go for Toxic and miss, which is so unfortunate. But it allows us to see that this Latias is carrying Thunderbolt, which could be a huge problem for Dan, and you guys are going to see how it plays out. However, he gets the Toxic off, and also what I want to note on is the Thunderbolt not taking out the Cloyster. Cloyster isn't really a specially defensive Pokemon at all, so a Thunderbolt not being able to take him out, especially if it being super effective, kind of tells me that this Latias doesn't really have the potential to sweep his team, or even really pose that big of a threat. If he's got something at all that can take it out, and he does, and this is where the Talonflame comes in. Talonflame comes in and goes for that priority Brave Bird, which has been so deadly this meta. Gets a nice, healthy chunk of damage off on that Latias. Latias uses Thunderbolt, of course, but as it didn't do anything to the Cloyster, it's not going to do, or I mean, as it didn't one-hit KO the Cloyster, it's not going to one-hit KO the Talonflame. Then Dan goes for an excellent move. An excellent play on his part. He uses Fly, and he stalls out the turn, and is able to have that Latias fall to the poison and completely keep himself safe. I thought that was great. It also gets the damage on that next Pokemon, and he brings out Typhlosion. And what's interesting about this Typhlosion, you guys are going to see right there, Wild Charge. Takes out the Talonflame, and really interesting because I didn't think physical Typhlosion was a thing at all, but supposedly it is. And so, another Electric type attack. However, Dan brings in his shiny red Gyarados because he's got a strategy to take out any pesky Electric or Fire type users. And knowing that the Typhlosion has already taken some recoil damage, and that it's a physical Typhlosion, and that he can bring it down one stage with that Intimidate, plus the fact that he loses the 4 times super effectiveness damage from Wild Charge when he Mega Evolves, sends out his Gyarados, Mega Evolves, eats up the Wild Charge, and you guys are going to see, goes for the Waterfall. No, my bad, you guys are going to see it in a second here. Goes for the Waterfall, takes out the Typhlosion like it's absolutely nothing. That crit did not matter at all. That Typhlosion was going down. And now you've just got this beast of a Mega Evolution on the field here. The opponent sends out Metagross, usually an intimidating Pokemon, but not for Mega Gyarados. Mega Gyarados goes ahead and uses Earthquake, and that's what I've been waiting to tell you guys about the whole time. That Earthquake absolutely demolishes the Metagross. The crit might have mattered, but ultimately that Metagross wasn't going to do anything to take out that Mega Gyarados. And now the opponent sends out Vaporeon, which is a bulky Pokemon, so he's going to be able to, eat up this Stone Edge rather well. And Vaporeon's going to heal from his Citrus Berry, which is a common item. But to go back, while this battle just kind of goes on, but to go back to the Mega Gyarados Earthquake, Mega Gyarados Earthquake is a great thing, and I'll tell you why. It's Mold Breaker. Mega Gyarados has Mold Breaker, and that means that Pokemon with Levitate are not going to be immune to his Earthquake. Mega Gyarados is also an incredibly specially defensive Pokemon. And so Mega Gyarados, although weak to Electric, is also a great counter to some of the most prevalent Electric types in the meta right now. That being said, we're going to jump right back into the battle. The Vaporeon fell, but not before weakening the Gyarados a little bit. Mega Tyranitar comes in, gets the Sandstream and special defense boost, but that's not going to matter because Gyarados is physical. Gyarados goes for the Waterfall, and although it's super effective, Tyranitar is a defensive god. So he's going to survive it, go for the Stone Edge, and finally take out that Mega Gyarados. But you know what? 3 Pokemon is nothing to be ashamed about, Mega Gyarados. Job well done. Gyarados falls and Crawdaunt comes out. Shiny Crawdaunt, mind you. I think that's really cool. Mega Tyranitar misses with the Stone Edge, and it gives Crawdaunt that opportunity to Crab Hammer and take out what's left of that Mega Tyranitar. So now we're down. The opponent's down to his last Pokemon. Dan's looking really good. He's been playing well, and he's been doing a good job of handling his Pokemon. And you know, like I said at the beginning, he really is aware of his team's weaknesses, and he plays well to it. Granted, he did just fall to a super effective move there. Crawdaunt isn't very specially defensive at all, so that Volcarona's super high special attack is going to take it out no problem. But not really a big threat at this point, because the rest of his team is mostly water type. So he sends out Melodic, eats up the Bug Buzz like it's nothing, and Melodic goes for the Scald, and you can instantly tell it's going to be an easy 2-hit KO. This Volcarona is not really going to be able to do anything to the Melodic at this point, and it's pretty much game, set, match. Volcarona goes for the Psychic, but Melodic just eats it up like it's nothing. Absolutely nothing, and retaliates back with Scald. The second of a 2-hit KO, and the Volcarona goes down, giving a victory to Dan. A very nice victory today, and that was great. A great battle, great to see a first-timer take to the meta. I thought it was a great team, and I thought he did a great job of playing out checks and counters to what would appear to be some obvious weaknesses to his team. Great job, Daniel. Thank you guys thank you for the footage, Daniel. I really appreciated it. You guys in the comments below, comment and let Daniel know what you thought of his team, how he played. Aside from that, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, do all that cool stuff, and hey, send me some footage. I'm always looking for it. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Peace.